Hi, it's me again, and I've received an important communication from the crap mafia, also known as TV licensing. Look, they want to know if I'm going to be in on March the 15th. Why, yes, I will be in on March the 15th. Come round, I'll be waiting for you. Now, I have covered this one before, and I turned up some interesting information, which we'll get to as I go through. So I'll cut to, you don't want to see me open it. It's brand new, I've not even opened it. Look. I'll open it up, cover my information up. I'll be back in a sec. Hold on. Right, let me put this on the screen for you then, because if you've got this letter, you could rightly be a bit scared about this. If you're new to the whole TV license thing and you're not paying it, and you've stumbled across this video because you've got a similar letter, I could imagine you could be a bit concerned about this. So we're going to go through it together now. I'm going to let you know everything that you need to know about it. All right, so your date may vary, but my one says, will you be in on the 15th of March, 2024? Yeah, I will be. I will be. It's next Friday. It's Wednesday the 6th today, next Friday. I will actually be in, yes, because I've got some people coming around I need to be here for. Not these people, obviously. So, yes, I will be in. And I'll tell you what will happen in a minute if you turn up when I'm in. But they won't. We'll get to that. As there is no record of a TV licence at your address, you should expect a visit from an enforcement officer. So if you put that through Google Translate, what that actually says is, you haven't bought the thing that we want you to buy it, even though you don't actually need to buy it yourself. So we're going to send the boys round to intimidate you into buying the thing that we want you to buy that you don't need. That's what that means there. I don't require a television licence. For 10 years, I haven't required a television licence. So why are you sending the boys round? What right have you got to do that? I don't do anything I shouldn't do. Right? I don't watch or record anything that's been broadcast. I don't access BBC iPlayer. Thus, according to your own rules, I don't require a television licence. So why are you threatening me by sending your boys around? And again, if you're new to this and you read the words enforcement officer, you could rightly be a bit concerned, thinking they've got some kind of powers. But even the TV licensing website themselves say they have no powers. They are not the police. They're not bailiffs. No matter how much they want you to think they're something special, they are door-to-door salespeople and should be treated as such. So even if you're being completely straight in your game like me, okay, if one turns up, do not talk to them. Never, ever, ever let them in. They don't need to come into your property. Why? They're door-to-door salespeople. One knocks on your door, because it is possible you could get a visit, not from this letter, we'll come to that, but it is possible if you're not paying it, you could get a visit. So if one knocks on the door, open it, hello, who are you? Hello, I'm from TV licensing. No thanks, mate. And you shut the door. That easy. Don't do anything else. They can't put their foot in the door. They can't keep knocking on it. They can't do any of that. They'll toddle off. And that's how whether you're playing a straight game like me or you're doing stuff you shouldn't be doing, which I don't condone, do not talk to them. Right, what else does this say? It may be on the 15th of March, 2024, or another day. Then why put the date in the window of the bloody envelope there if you're not going to come round on that day? Like I said, I had this letter before, and loads of people sent me this one. When this was doing the rounds, was it last year? I think maybe I covered it. It was doing the rounds, and I got sent at least a couple of hundred times. I got sent this letter. So what I did, I replied to as many people as I physically could who sent me this letter and said, do me a favour, on the date that it says they're going to turn up, let me know if they do. Or a day around that date, let me know if they do actually turn up. And I think I got about 100 to 120 replies back. And every single one of them said, no visit here on that date or any other date near it. So it's an empty threat. And they've put it may be on the 15th. They've done that to cover their own backs. But why? It's wrong, isn't it? It's wrong. It's to scare you. It's to scare you into paying for something. You could be prosecuted if you are caught watching a recording or downloading TV programmes illegally on live TV or BBC iPlayer. You may have to pay a fine of up to £1,000 plus any legal costs and or compensation. Let's break that bit down then, shall we? You could be prosecuted if you're caught watching, recording or downloading TV programmes illegally. How could they possibly know you are? You shouldn't be if you're not paying a licence fee, but how could they know? Detective vans, there's never been one court case in which evidence has been given via a detective van. So it's a myth. They don't exist. There's only one way. And that's when one of their enforcement officers knocks on your door and wants to talk to you or asks to come into your property. If you say, no thanks, mate, off you pop, That's it. Their investigation's over. They don't know what you're doing in that property. Nothing can happen from it. So don't be scared about that part. You may have to pay a fine of up to £1,000. Yeah, all right, the maximum fine is £1,000. The only way you could get the fine is by talking to the goons or letting them into your property. If you don't do that, you can't get the fine. Even if you did, the £1,000, I've never heard of it. I've never heard of it being given out. The average fine is about 150 quid. So don't be worried too much about that. We visit around 5,000 addresses a day. Now, I would like to see some evidence to back that up, rather than just 2 asterisks there, which says based on average annual visits and working hours in a week. I press X to doubt on that, but the whole thing's bullshit anyway, so why would they tell the truth about that? Anyway, our officers visit an address every 10 seconds, day, evening, even weekends, and if no one answers, they can come back. Does that not sound threatening to you? Does that not sound threatening to you? We can come round whenever the bloody hell we like. Day, evening, even weekends we can come round. And if no one answers, we'll be back. That's it. It's wrong. How do they get away with it? I've got no idea. Stop a visit before it's too late. Buy a TV license. It's funny how buying a TV license, I don't want a license because I don't need a license. Nowhere here does it say if you don't require a license, you can ignore this. Nowhere, does it? Move an existing license if you just move. No. Tell us you don't need one. Now, you can do that. I have done that. I think it guarantees you a visit. And you don't have to do it. I don't do it. For the first 4 years of me not having a telly license, I did do it. It's called a no license needed exemption, and I did do it. And a week after each time I did it, I got a visit. I haven't done it for 6 odd years, and I haven't had a visit. So you don't have to tell them. If you want to tell them, go ahead, do it. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with doing it at all. You go on the official figures and everything. Personally, I choose not to do it. I choose not to, because I don't have to do it. I don't have to tell them I don't require their service. Same as I don't have to tell Netflix every year, I don't want your services, Netflix. That's how I look at it. If you do it, you'll get less of these letters. It won't cut them out completely, but you'll get less of these letters. So if these are a concern to you, yeah, it might be worth doing it. It might be worth doing it. For help with any of the above, please call us or turn over for more information. If you do not do any of the above, you can expect a visit soon. Another threat. If you don't talk to us, we're coming round. We're going to send the boys round. Do as we tell you to do, or we're going to send the boys round. I don't know how they get away with this. So what's on the back? Anything interesting? When do you need a license? Could you get a concession? Nothing. So why tell us to go to the back if there's fuck all on the back? I don't know how they get away with this. So anyway, to recap, rather than me just rambling on, if you got this letter and you've stumbled across this video because you Googled it because you got this letter, don't worry about it. I haven't polled everybody in the entire country who's received this letter, but I think out of the couple of hundred that emailed me about it, I polled at least half of them, and they all said they didn't come on that date. So don't worry about it. But even if they do come on this date or a different date, do not engage with the door-to-door salesman. Don't talk to them. They know that the more they get you talking, the more chance you've got of stitching yourself up. Don't try and play any games with them. Don't try and be clever. Just, no thanks, mate. Shut the door. Don't talk to them, and never, ever, ever let them into your property. And nothing bad can happen. That's the only investigative powers they've got. I mean, I've been getting these letters to this address now for 6 months, and my previous address for 6 months before that. So a year. I didn't get any letters for a long time, but now I've started getting them, and I am still the legal occupier on here. So if they had any other type of investigation powers rather than just their door-to-door salesman, you don't think they would have found out my name by now? Me, the one against TV licensing? They probably got a price on my head. So don't worry about it if you've got this letter. Honestly, just don't talk to them if they do turn up. Odds are they ain't turning up. So what do you think about this? I don't know how they get away with wording it in that manner. I think it's wrong. It's not the worst one I've seen, but it's up there, isn't it? It is threatening in its wording. They're trying to sound like it's not, but when you read between the lines, that is threatening, isn't it? Let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. Hit all the buttons down there as well, because if you do that, hopefully I'll get to see you in another video again soon, won't I? Ta-da.